Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to be doing Baby's first reaction. It's me, your boy, the drummer from CHUB, Skinny Penis himself, Kyle, and my lovely man mountain of a friend, our lead singer.
Hey Ben, hello.
Yeah, friend.
Lying down.
He's getting those e-girl clicks in by looking very, very suggestive. We're both being naughty boys and doing this on our lunch break at work, so... Anyway,
Yes.
So, In Flames, probably I think we can both agree we're both big fans of In Flames, right? Or at least their early stuff.
Hell yeah.
It's the 20th anniversary of their album Clayman, which was a pretty seminal album. One of the ones that really got them sort of, I want to say more into the mainstream, but not really. Like at this point, they were still pretty not very well known, but they really did define what's known as like their Gothenburg sound, that melodic death metal sound, along with At the Gates, Dark Tranquility, and to an extent Soilwork. So yeah, I mean, I got into this band when I was like 15, and I still fucking love them. But I think a lot of people, both of us included, really fell out of love with them recently because their newer stuff is pretty radio friendly.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard because some of it's alright, but that's the thing. Like when it's not really, the band's gone from amazing to just alright. It's so it deflates you.
Yeah.
Makes you think like you're amazing. What happened?
Especially a band like this who are kind of like pioneers of their own genre and sound, you know. I feel like they were so important to like a whole evolution of death metal, and now they're just another radio rock band. It's pretty sad. But anyway, with that said, they have recently re-recorded a few songs off of the Clayman album for the 20th anniversary. It came out in the year 2000. And we are going to give it a listen. We're going to listen to the title track, Clayman. I'm going to be honest, I fucked up the first time I recorded this. I tried to react to this by myself, so I've listened to the song already. But Ben hasn't. But consequently, I have a lot of things to say about it. So yeah, should we just give it a go?
Well, that guitar riff is ridiculously good. So like, I doubt they could fuck it up that bad. Surely.
Yeah. I am an idiot. Growing pains. So, as soon as the situation's over and we're allowed to go and see each other more, I mean, me and Ben are moving in with each other in the next month or so. We're going to start recording these in person. But in the meanwhile, we're still using Discord for everything, as you can see. And I messed up. So, enjoy a teeny picture of Ben in the corner and no video of me. And also some secret messages of our CHUB Discord server. You can see the draft that we made of the logo whilst we were drunk. That's a nice little Easter egg. I hope it's good enough to tide you over from the shocking video quality. Alright, so we're going to start off listening to the original one, just for a nice bit of comparison. And we'll move on to we'll listen maybe, I guess, up to the verse, and then we'll listen to the new one. Just for a bit of comparison. So, here we go. I'm going to press play. Let me know if it doesn't work for you, Ben.
Good.
Okay, so it's a banger.
That's so good.
I mean, this song's like 20 years old. That guitar tone is still chunky as fuck.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking clean if you ask me, like, but it's not like too clean, which is
Kunk.
Yeah, and the vocals like on the beginning of the verse. He does this thing in like a lot of the earlier In Flames songs where like he kind of adds this like layering of like him like whispering, semi-whispering underneath. Like he does this your self-control. It's just like a second voice, but it adds
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
layer, which I think's really cool. I don't know about
It
you.
sounds really good, like when
Yeah,
it's like that as well, because it's kind of like it gives it that kind of demony sort of sound almost.
yeah. So now let's listen to the new one. And I told Ben not to listen to it, even though he wanted to, because we've been wanting to do this for a while. I think you listened to the intro, didn't you? So
Like
we'll see.
briefly, I think but I can't really remember.
We've been drinking a lot recently, living that rock and roll lifestyle. Brain cells are gone. Okay, so this is the new one. Okay, it comes in pretty well. Oh. Oh, mate. Okay.
Oh, okay. So, oh, I mean, where do you even start?
There's so many things already
The
to
beginning.
say in this.
The
Like,
fucking intro is awful.
it's really sad, dude.
Like, this is like a really like be kind of like, yeah, it's got some like sort of like soaring kind of like highs and stuff, which make it feel like super melodic and light in parts, but like fact the fact that it started with the da 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 da, like the that was so bad.
This is like a mainstay of melodic death metal, and they're like, you know what? This needs more synths. That's what people want to hear after 20 years. Synths.
Oh god, it just took the punch right out of it, because you know the original was just like instantly goes in.
The original
and
comes
then
in
that's like
so hard. The drums are like pounding. The guitar tone's heavy. Like it's really chunky. The new one, it's just
that's. It sounds so bad.
And also,
no.
The guitar tone's just so much flatter. Like
There's a lot of all of it's flat.
Yeah.
Like, listen to the drum track in the background as well.
Yeah. The snare sounds super dry, like really dry.
It's like it sounds really tinny almost. Like I don't know if that's the headset I'm using, but
Oh,
like it's kind
the
of
other
like
song would sound like that if that were the case.
That's true actually, and the other song doesn't sound that.
It's one of those things where I'm fine. Like we can't really. I think we're going to have to admit we're not going to go in this and be unbiased or anything, because obviously we're fans of the original song, we're fans of the original sound. So hearing something like the same thing but just done in a completely different style is obviously going to feel a bit weird.
Well, I mean, like there's nothing wrong with doing it in a different style, you know, because it can be done and it could be done really well. But I feel like it's not gone in the style that complements it. It kind of hinders it more.
Yeah. It just kind of. Yeah, well, let's just keep listening for now. I mean, also the vocals, like it's just. Again, they're
like his new screamy vocals, like all like those are the vocalizing that he does on like The Mask, which is alright. You know, like it's okay. It's alright.
I feel like on like Come Clarity, he had like cleaner vocals as well and like cleaner screams, and they sounded way better than what he's moved on to. I wonder if he's got like, because I know a lot of metal singers have had to change the way they do things because of like throat
in their throat and stuff. Yeah.
I wonder if anything will happen like that. I can't really judge too hard then in that case. I mean, we can't make assumptions. Anyway, shall we continue? That's still one of the worst lyrics ever.
That is even in both of the songs. That is still one of the worst lyrics I've ever heard.
I've tried
It's
confidence.
so bad.
Had it for breakfast today.
Today. It's just the today that fucking gets me. I'm just like, why did he have that? Oh, there's no need.
He sounds a bit whiny as well now. It just makes it sound like even sillier than it already did.
Yeah, like before it was kind of silly, but at the same time, really, I think that was the good thing about the screaming is that you can't really hear the lyrics sometimes, so maybe you just get away with like missing it. But when he says it so clearly with the lyrics on the screen, it's just like that's dumb as fuck.
I mean, he's Swedish. Let's give him a break. Maybe his vocabulary wasn't the best.
You're right. That's true. Maybe.
Actually, no. Swedes are perfect at English. Sweden. No, fuck you.
Yeah,
Swedes speak better English than us.
I was gonna say I've heard Swedes speak. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, let's carry on. Oh man. Those little flourishes in the original song are so much cooler. They're like
yeah. So in this one, they just
sorry, go for it. I was gonna just listen to the original one, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Play that.
Let's go. Let me find it. I think did they add another verse, or am I in the wrong place? Either way, yeah, the drums complement the guitar way better in the original version, I think.
Yeah, and like I feel like the guitars just blend a lot better as well. Like the flourishes and stuff just sound. It just old song just sounds more metally.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's the story of their lives at the moment, though, as we've already said. Yeah. Oh man.
So, I mean, the thing is, I mean, his cleaner kind of vocals do still sound pretty good.
Yeah, they do. I'm not gonna shit on that. Yeah.
Like it does sound like I wouldn't necessarily say I prefer it to the original chorus, but he sounds like he's vocalizing a lot more, and he's like putting a little bit more of a flourish on the words. Because before it'd be like, you know, made of clay. This one he's like, I'm made of clay.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to add some actual singing to it. Which does complement the theme that they're going for, because this is leaning more towards the melodic than it is the death metal.
yeah. I mean, this is like it's more of like a just a standard metal song now, really, isn't it? Like,
yeah, pretty much.
The thing as well, like that last riff they played, that like that's such a beastly riff, man. But I feel like they kind of butchered it in this version. Yeah, he does cut it off a lot more in this one.
Yeah, so yeah, you can see it was like Dark! Instead of like singing it. Which, again, that works for this song because this song's more punchier.
Yeah.
Like everything about this song is more like, yeah, punchy. But the new one, where they've kind of focused a lot more on the melodic side and everything like that, it kind of does complement it in a way. But I feel like if they were just gonna go that direction, they should have just made a new song.
Yeah, so one of the key points that I was going to raise about this song, and one of the main things that got me thinking was like, for a band like In Flames, where they've already alienated like such a large part of their fan base by completely shifting their sound, it's such a bold move to then take one of their most beloved albums and do the same thing to that. I like a lot of people are fucking mad about this, dude. Like the dislike ratio on this is 4.9k.
I haven't seen the comments.
All the comments are flaming them, but like it's 4.9k dislikes and 9.4k likes. So I mean, there's still more likes than dislikes, but at the end of the day, like,
so that's a good third of your audience, like, who are just like, or like a third of the likes or the dislikes, you know.
Yeah, the thing is, like, they have more listeners now than they ever did like back in the day, so obviously they're doing something right, at least from a business perspective. But like,
well, yeah, they've become, not to sound like a huge hipster or whatever, but they've become more mainstream.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. They're gonna have more fans that, I mean, to an extent, that's kind of how I got into them. I got into them through, what was the first album I listened to? I think the first song I ever listened to was Reroute to Remain.
Yeah.
Reroute
to Remain, Come Clarity,
I was
kind of the turning point or the beginning of the change.
Yeah, that's when I started listening to them because I was getting into like loads of metalcore at the time when I was like young, like getting into like Kill Switch and stuff like that. So I was really getting into like harsh vocals combined with singing rather than just complete harsh vocals. And then obviously later on down the line, now obviously I'm listening to things that are just like
yeah.
But you know, so I think it was a good gateway when they were doing that, people to get into their older stuff. But now it kind of just seems like it's gone even further into like, yeah. Well,
yeah.
if you listen to songs from like the new album, like I'm Above.
Yeah, it's a decent
like
song.
Shouting.
There's a few decent songs on the new one, like, but then there's also songs like "This Is Our House" or whatever, and that song was just awful. But I'll be honest, I haven't listened to a full In Flames album since "Sounds of a Playground Fading," which is like 3 albums ago now. I'm just not a fan of the direction they've taken. But it's like, a lot of people feel the same way. I mean, I'm looking at the comment section. One of the most highly liked comments is, "It's like Metallica re-recorded Master of Puppets in the style of Saint Anger." It's like,
that's brutal, but also quite true.
Yeah, it's like they didn't have to do this. Like they didn't have to do it. But they're only going to rile up a lot of people by doing this.
Well, clearly, they're not bad musicians either. They are very accomplished, very good musicians. So the thing that it really comes down to is the production. Like, why was the production like this? Like, who decided who decided to even do this in the first place and have, like you said, have the fucking balls to go for it? But who, like, was it their choice, or did the label say, hey, you should redo Clayman, but bad. Like, do you think they really wanted to?
They're on Nuclear Blast, man. Like Nuclear Blast are a legit label. I don't think they're going to be making them
they
do
are
shit
really
like
good.
that.
To be fair.
Like,
yeah,
I'm sure this was In Flames' decision, but it's just mad. Me before listening.
Yikes.
Wow, no clue how you can make that song even better. Them. Me either. Can we have In Flames? No, we have In Flames at home. In Flames at home.
Or with like a colon.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
That's funny.
And
I like that.
yeah. Anyway, let's finish the fucking song. Let's get our way through this. And
Okay.
then, I've got one more point to make, but we'll finish. Okay. Oh, well, that's good positioning there.
Ooh.
The thing is, like, if you listen to...
Was it me or was that guitar solo, like... That... Wasn't that bad? Like, it sounded really off.
It was kind of like a
that just
more
me?
rock and roll guitar tone. It does sound very, very overproduced to me. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
It sounds like they tried to whack up the distortion and just remove all of the fuzz from it. So it just sounds a bit weird.
It really does sound like maybe like this song was just butchered in post-production.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Like just by adding trying to add like loads of effects and stuff, and then it just comes out as like really doesn't come out as like, you know, organic or authentic. It's just kind of like the factory made In Flames.
Yeah, literally, like, I think that's what a lot of people are saying, is it just sounds too clean. Like, the original one sounded clean. Like, the original one was very distinct, all of the sounds, nothing was muddied at all. It sounded heavy still, because it's not too clean. It's like, just this riff specifically, at the end of the solo. In the original one, it's got like a lot more bass to it, so it just has that much more punch.
Yeah, it's thicker.
Thicker. Just like you, Ben. Yeah, that's completely different to the original one. That riff there, that little bit, because it just goes back into another like breakdowny verse bit. I think it sounds quite good, to be honest. I like that part. I feel like they did that well.
Mm.
But yeah, anyway, we're in the home stretch now. Yeah.
Oh.
The ending was pretty lame.
That little ending was so lame. Like little DJ, like
yeah,
like the record stopping. That was so lame, dude.
It's like
oh,
I thought that as well. Yeah, it's very like fucking Limp Bizkit Linkin Park vibes or something.
Like I like. We should say our final things and say what we really disliked and really liked about it. I reckon.
Yeah. So I did like the little switch up they did at the end there, and I feel like the vocals weren't actually bad at all. Obviously, they're a lot cleaner than the original ones. I don't think I'm gonna shit on them though. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree. Like so the vocals, I prefer the verse vocals from the original. Like I thought they were a bit punchier, and obviously the production on those, where it's got the layering and everything, sounded so much better with the heavier song. But I like the way he was singing. He's like had more like sung more in the chorus, which sounded good. I didn't like the to be honest though, I didn't like the ending where he sung the last part 3 times. I thought that was a bit like kind of a bit shit.
In the original, they just let it ride out. I think he sings that "I'm the sculpture made of clay" once, and then let the guitars ride out.
Yeah. I think that So vocally it was fine to a degree, but the rest of it just bad, not good, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I think literally one of the main points I was going to make of this video is like, and we've come to realize I've come to realize, sorry, over the course of CHUB Cast and everything, is like just how important the mix is. Like here is a song that it's literally played in exactly the same way, except for that little switch up at the end, but it just sounds so much flatter and less big and less demanding than the same version done 20 years ago, just because the mix has just been fucked with so much. The
mix is literally just lighter. Like everything sounds lighter. Like they just took all of the heaviness from it. Just like this is Diet Clayman, essentially.
Diet Clayman. It's like literally like the original Clayman had punch. This one is fruit punch.
Yeah, this is alcohol free. This is like a like sure it can be refreshing, like having a bud no alcohol or something, but at the end of the day, kind of want a bit of that kick, and it feels pun intended, it goes flat.
Fucking hell, what's with all of these? Drink innuendo. Where are we going with this?
I'm not refreshed. I need to be refreshed.
But yeah, I'm gonna listen to because they've done 3 more tracks off of this album. They did Bullet Ride, Pinball Map, and Only for the Week. And Pinball Map is one of my favorite In Flames songs in general, so I'm gonna give that one a listen. But I mean, I feel like it's going to be the same story as this one, if I'm honest. I don't think it's worth doing it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, let me know what you think later on down the line, and then I might have a listen after I've recovered from this one. There's only so much disappointment you can take in one day.
Yeah, dude.
That's what my mom used to tell me.
Well, she's had enough disappointment for a lifetime. Anyway, we were gonna go see In Flames, but then the situation happened. But I don't feel so bad about it now, to be honest. Looking at the set list as well, they've got like 4 classics and they mostly play new songs. I think I would have just stood there being sad for the whole thing.
What if they played Clayman live, but they played it like that? I would have been like, oh! They would have got booed to oblivion. Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they wouldn't actually. Maybe there'd be a load of super new In Flames fans that are like, yeah, this is the shit, yeah.
Anyway, what did you guys think? Leave a comment if you enjoyed the video. Obviously, we're very new to this, so got the training wheels on. Let us know what you think of the new In Flames. Maybe we're being too critical. Maybe we're wearing those nostalgia goggles, But yeah, either way, verdict is not good. Go listen to the original Clayman. Anyway, cheers, boys and girls. Have a fucking good one.
Like all of our things, and if this video gave you a chub,
Like and subscribe.